Harness the mindset of the marathon runner and how it's going to help you achieve success, which was the episode that launched this week. Let's get after it. Number one, you want to review different people doing different things and how they execute it in whatever lane you want to go for. What does that mean? Well, Jason spoke about how himself and Peely watched podcasts or listened to podcasts, watched YouTube, watched interviews. They watched whatever they could to get an understanding of how other people were executing what they wanted to do when they made the decision that they wanted to get into multifamily real estate. This is partly how they went from 0 to 90 units on top of some of these other points that I'm going to give you here shortly. Number two, understand you need to have a pattern of success to progress the structure and sustain. What does that mean? Well, what that means is when you're building a house, you don't start with the struts. You don't start with the paneling. You don't start with the tile. What you start with is the foundation of the property. If you don't have a foundation for what you're doing, you're going to struggle to sustain that, because now you're going to start building that foundation as you build up the rest of the building. You can do this easily. You put systems in place. You put things that are going to help you to remember to do the basic things to help you succeed later on in the future. The greatest athletes in the world are always one thing and one thing above all. They are amazing at the basics of the game. You got to be the same. Get the basics down and then move on to the next thing. With that said, number three, new mindset. You have to make the decision in your own mind that this is going to be what you do. That's exactly what Jason talked about in the interview, and that's exactly what Jason and Peely decided. They wanted their time back, so they made the decision to take action towards real estate and getting what they wanted to get done. Next point, new habits. Create new habits. Not only are you going to understand the foundation, but you're going to use these new habits to build up that foundation. So you decide you want to do short-term rentals. When you do short-term rentals, you decide you're going to do it inside of apartment complexes, and you're going to do this lease kind of deal with whoever owning it. So what you do is you decide, I'm going to talk to 10 people who have apartments who are trying to sell them, and talk to them about short-term rentals. You have to make the decision in your head, which is that new habit, to create everything you need that's going to give you the foundation that we talked about a little bit earlier. Create those new habits, make the decision to go and succeed the way you should. Jason talked about running 6 miles a day to be able to prepare for an ultra marathon. You got to do the same thing. What's your 6 miles a day? Lastly, remember to stick to your plan. There's always going to be a distraction. There's going to be things as you're moving forward, just like if you were running. You're looking left, you're looking right. You see stuff running by, you see stuff coming into your view. There's going to be stuff attempting to distract you from what your goal needs to be, what your goal actually is. Create a plan, stick to that plan. You're going to get from point A to point B. How do you do that? You look at point B and you backwards plan it. If you're going from Maryland to Florida and you know you got to drive, you're going to put in a GPS. You're going to make sure you have enough gas. You're going to make sure the tires are inflated. You're going to make sure your oil has been changed. These are all steps to preparation for you to get to your goal. You got to do the same thing when it comes to your real estate career and what you want to do in real estate. You got the foundation. You probably done most of it in the military anyway. You already know backwards planning. You already know how to lay out a plan and to do what we call MDMP, military decision-making process. You have the ability to do this. Go execute. Shoot, I finished with like 40 seconds. Man, this is fantastic. All right, y'all.